Oh, hope everyone is well. So we're going to walk and talk. So anxiety, anxiety. Let's have a chat about anxiety and about some things that I find personally that help me cope with anxiety. So one is a walk. So we're taking a walk right now. It's a beautiful day today. It's about 26 degrees. And for me personally, it's a bit like, back in the day when I used to go out and I used to get drunk in the evenings when I was, with the lads. And then you'd feel the next day, feel rough all day. And what did we used to do? We used to sit around feeling sorry for ourselves. So it's a bit like, and that's the worst thing you can do. Actually, the best thing you could have done was gone out and got some air and gone out for a walk, and probably would have cleared your head. What we used to do was go and get a cheeky Mackie D's, and that would make us feel better, but it didn't, but it did, psychologically. So it's a bit like anxiety. So let's face it, most of us that are anxious have anxiety, depression, social anxiety. What do? I'm a little bit of a recluse, even though I run my own boxing business and I'm around people all the time, but I enjoy that part because actually that really helps me with my mental health, actually, because that's, I'm helping others and I'm engaging with others. But when I go home in the evening, I'm quite a recluse. I'm very self-contained, which I'm happy with. I like my own company. I'm happy in my own company, and I'm comfortable in my own company. But at the same time, you do need to get out. Now, I'm just going to walk this way. It's a beautiful, and I'm very lucky. Look where I live. I live right by the river. Probably hear it. So actually, I'm extremely lucky where I live. Like extremely lucky. So yeah, listen to that noise behind. I hope you can hear me okay. I'm sure you can. But just the sound of, so for me, one thing I find very calming is the sound of water. Running water like this, I find it so therapeutic. Just listening to that, watching the waves crashing down. And again, it's a lovely day. Obviously it was a bit cold. It might not be so pleasant, but so walking. Let's talk about walking. Why is walking so good for anxiety and overall mental health? Well, because you can get out of your own head. You take a walk, especially again, I'm very lucky where I live. I'm out in nature. I find nature very calming. The sound of the birds. They stopped tweeting as soon as I did that. They were tweeting away. But the sounds of the birds tweeting, the sound of the water running, the sun coming through the trees, all this sort of stuff I find very therapeutic. Now, people do use running as a coping mechanism for anxiety as well. And if that's what you like to do, then that's great. If it works for you. I don't find running works for me because I used to run a lot. When I was a kid, I used to run 1500s. I used to sprint the 100, do the 1500 meters. I used to run cross country for the county. I hate running now. I find it, personally, I find it really boring. I find that the thought process of having to run from point A to B, then back again, I just find it, point A to B, you know what I mean? I just find it, I don't like it much. And what the biggest reason is, because you are literally trying to run from one point to another. When you're walking like I'm walking now, I can take in the sights. And the sounds. And I'll tell you what else I find really, really helpful is saying hello to everybody. And where I live right near, say by the river, but I also we'll walk through it in a minute. I live near a caravan park, and it's like a touring and an RV sort of park. We'll walk through there in a minute and I'll show you what I mean. And when we walk through there, especially this week because the weather's so nice, there's people sitting outside reading the book, reading the newspaper, reading their Kindles, fishing, sunbathing. And I just look at that and I'm like, what a lovely life. And that's my retirement plan, by the way. My retirement plan is to sell my apartment, buy an RV, get myself a little dog, a little cockapoo, and live in an RV. Not have to worry about mortgage, rent, whatever, council tax, all that malarkey, whatever crap we have to pay for, TV licenses, all that shit, and just live a nice life. Travel around, go to nice places like Devon and Cornwall and the coast, not Norfolk and all that, and just have a nice, easy life with me and the dog, and visit caravan sites and stuff like that, and just be, I think is the right word, because I think once you're at peace with yourself, honestly, trust me, it makes such a big difference. And I think with anxiety, we're constantly fighting. We're fighting ourselves, aren't we? Let's face it. We're fighting with our own brain, with our own mind. It's crazy. So yeah, so we're just going to take a little walk. This is where we are. And then I'll catch you in a minute at the caravan park. I'll see you there. Cheers. So we are at the caravan park, as I said. It's so lovely here. This is the caravan park all across here, obviously by the river through here. People fishing up here, just sunning themselves. This is the life, isn't it? So yeah, going back to what I was saying earlier about retirement plan. This is where the retirement plan is going to come into place. So let's have a recap. So it's a very quick video. Let's have a recap. Surround yourself with positive people. Sounds obvious again. But surround yourself with your type of people. People that have your back, that aren't going to stab you in the back, that aren't going to judge you. I mean, look, people are going to judge. This is one thing I say to a lot of my students, my clients. People will judge us no matter what we do. It doesn't matter how you look, what weight you are, what clothes you wear, what you do in life, what you say, how you dress, all that shit. People are going to judge you no matter what, because that, God, this rucksack I'm boiling, that is life, and that is the society that we live in these days, especially again with social media. I harp on about social media a lot because it has a big part to play in the way the world is these days. So surround yourself with the right people. Doesn't need to be just like, by positive, don't mean people are like, oh my God, you're amazing. Like there are fake positive people out there as well. Real genuine people that you can pick up the phone and call and they'll be there for you. First thing, get rid of, I call them soul suckers. Get rid of the soul suckers, the people in your life that suck the life out of you, or suck the soul out of you to meet their own needs and their own demands, and the very self-centered people that only think about themselves, and also people that are takers. I hate takers. So people that take, what are takers? Quite obvious. People that just take from you and give nothing back. Now, you should never give to receive, I don't think anyway. It's like Christmas and that. Do I give to receive? Of course I like Christmas presents, who doesn't, right? But ultimately, the ultimate thing is you're giving something because you want to make someone happy, okay? Now, there's lots of people out there that will just take from you. They'll take, and they'll never give anything back. Get rid of them. Remove them from your life, guys, seriously. Because what do they offer you? Nothing. We only live once. I'm going to be 50 next year, which is really scary. And I'm still trying to figure this thing out called life. I mean, Jesus, you think by nearly 50 I'd figured life out? Absolutely not. I thought I'd figured it out. I thought I'd figured out who my real friends were. I thought I'd figured out who I could trust. And you know what? And every day something surprises me, but that's part of life, right? And it's part of learning. So yeah, surround yourself with positive people, real positive people. Get out, guys. If you're feeling depressed or low or anxious, you don't have, especially social anxiety. So social anxiety is a tricky one because my mum, for example, she's 74, I think she is now, and she's got such bad social anxiety. So by that I mean going to like Tesco's and places like that, she gets so anxious, she's nervous. But that's one thing, because you're in a confined environment where you're surrounded by other people. But I've just been on this walk, so this video will be whatever it be, 10 minutes long or something. And I did turn the camera off for a bit, but I've seen 4 people, I think, since I've been on this walk. So I'm not surrounded by people. I've managed to get out in the sunshine. The sun is beating down the back of my neck. I'm going to turn around this way again. And I'm going to turn my cap round because you know what, that sun is beating down. I'm going to have white eyeballs, you know what I mean, suntan marks. Yeah, so social anxiety doesn't have to be that, but you don't have to go around and go into a shopping centre or supermarket or something. Go out and just go for, like I have just done, just go for a walk, get out. So get yourself out, don't sit indoors feeling sorry for yourself. And then once you've been out and about, you will feel better. Sometimes the hardest part is getting out the front door, and I get that, I feel that. I've had days where I literally just want to hide under the duvet, hide from the world, pretend the world doesn't exist. It's the worst thing you can do because you're never going to feel any better. Alcohol, drink, drugs, gambling, addictions, all those sort of things. Of course, listen, they're never going to be good. I've had my battles with drink, and for a long time, for about 3.5 years, I had my battles with drink. Do I still battle with drink now? Like in some ways, yes, but not like I did then. What I mean by that is, do I still drink? Like, yes. Do I need to drink? No. Do I sometimes use it as a coping mechanism? Yes, but I'm not like I used to be. Like when I used to be drinking to forget. I'd get drunk, do you know what I mean? And it wasn't pleasant. I would just do it because I was trying to mask all the shit that was going on in my life. Whereas now I drink because I like the taste of it, and sometimes it makes me feel warm and fluffy and all that, but I don't wake up with hangovers. I'm not hanging out my arse the next day or anything like that. So, and I don't do that every, some days I can go, some weekends I can go without a drink. So yeah, so drink and drugs, obviously, of course drugs, never good. Drink's a drug, it's the same thing. So avoid those, obviously. Eat healthy, plenty of exercise, surround yourself with good people, keep moving, enjoy life, see the good in life, get out into nature. I hope that helps. Like I say, a lot of this stuff is probably going to be very obvious, but actually it might not be. Sometimes we just need to hear it. Sometimes we need someone just to remind us of the simple things we need to do. Thank you for watching. For anyone that is watching that suffers with anxiety, I hear you, I feel you, I've got you. I've been there, I'm still there, but it can get better. It can get better. Take care. Thanks for watching. Catch you again. Cheers.